former English teacher going viral after posting a raw and unfiltered farewell video as she leaves the classroom behind after just 3 years. Listen.
A lot of these kids don't know how to read because they have had things read to them, or they can click a button and have something read out loud to them. I just don't think these kids even care. They don't care about making a difference in the world. They don't care about how to have a resume. They don't care how to write a resume. They don't care how to write a cover letter because ChatGPT will just do it for them. And I think that we need to cut off technology from these kids, probably until they go to college.
Hannah is a former teacher, and she joins us now. She posted that video. More than 1 million people have seen it.
And with AI becoming so accessible to children nowadays, especially teaching in an English or Core 4 classroom, it's been especially challenging kind of to have the kids comprehend and critical think and think for themselves on certain things.
Yeah.
So on my way out, I wanted to kind of raise awareness and just...
Why are you guys sending kids to kindergarten in Pampers that don't know their name? What are we doing here, America? Listen, teachers are out here sounding the alarm because kindergartners are showing up in school, still in Pampers, not knowing their own names, and not knowing how to follow direction. And I know you're asking why. It's because nobody at home ever showed them any boundaries. Parents, raise your children. The world is not your babysitter. See, what happens is teachers end up spending valuable classroom time to teach your child how to use the bathroom. Teaching kids how to sit down, how to listen, how to even recognize their own name. And who suffers? The children who actually have parents that invest in them, because those children have to wait until they teach your child basic things that you should have already taught your child before they even came to school. Parents, if you create a child, you have one job. That is to raise them. Teach them hygiene. Teach them their ABCs. How to count. How to think critically. How to follow a rule without acting like you're under attack. Those aren't extras, y'all. Those are basics. And let me tell you what it really says when you send your child out into the world with nothing. You're telling society that your child has no value. Because if you valued your child, you would actually equip them with something. I don't want to hear from some of y'all. It's the school's job. No, schools are there to build on what you already laid. So if you lay nothing, you're not raising kids, you're just raising burden. And I'm sorry if you're not ready to put in the work to teach a child, because then you should stop making them. America, do better, because children deserve to walk into kindergarten as students, not projects. Responsibility starts at home, y'all, period.
So teachers are quitting. Teachers are tired. Teachers are fed up. A lot of teachers are walking off the job. They just can't take it anymore. So what is the issue? Is it the kids that are rowdy, that are coming to school that's not prepared to learn? Is it the parents that aren't teaching the kids to be equipped to come to school and learn and prepare your child for school? Is it the teachers who are just not putting enough effort into this generation to take the child to the next level? So some teachers say the kids come and they can't even read. High schoolers are reading at third grade levels, and some kids don't even know how to spell their own names. So here's a lot of teachers who are going to share their experiences on what's going on in the classroom. So let's continue.
Okay, let's talk about it real quick. Let's make it make sense. Parents, I am not lying on your kids. Please stop coming underneath my videos talking about I'm lying on parents and I'm lying on students. The truth is teachers are tired of lying about your students' abilities, and now we are telling the truth and you don't believe us. The truth is your kids cannot read, they cannot write, they cannot spell, they cannot comprehend, they cannot make inferences, they don't know their phone numbers, they don't know their home address, they don't know where they live, they don't even know their middle names. Half of the names you gave them, they cannot spell. Okay, nobody has to come up here lying on your kids. If anybody lying, it's the district, it's the state, it's the government lying, forcing teachers to lie about your kids' ability. Your kids can't do nothing but curse, wreak havoc, be disrespectful, skip class, start fights. And nobody said it was all the kids, but it's too many of the kids for us not to be talking about it. And the kids that do got it don't have it enough, okay? So please stop coming in my comments talking about I'm lying on your kids. I'm not. I'm actually telling the truth. And if you sat down, good parents, and talk to your kids for a second, you'll realize everything we telling you they can't do, they actually can't do it. Make it make sense.
I learned to spell with phonics, the sounds of letters, and I suspect you did too. In our generation, that was the way that was taught. You can't teach phonics in California schools, and you haven't for the generation.
Which changes their brain.
It completely changes their brain, and now they can't spell. I think a lot of it is the fact that we're no longer using the learning that we did, which was by rote, by memorizing stuff, by repeating stuff, by doing problems over and over and over again until it's automatic.
You've written so much and you're well known for being someone that teaches people how to learn better. If you were trying to help me learn better, based on everything you know about the brain, what advice would you give me? I'm someone that sits here with these experts all day, every day, consuming all of this information. Not all of it sticks.
So, and this is something we've known for 100 years. And that is, if you want to remember long term, you should rehearse at intervals.
I am a first-year high school English teacher. This is definitely going to be my first and last year teaching. I was made very quickly aware of the fact that this is not the profession for me. It is absolutely astonishing and scary how your kids are 14, 15 years old and still do not have the proper reading skills. And I'm not talking about the ESC kids, the 504s, the IEP kids. I'm talking about your everyday regular Joe Schmo from Kokomo kid who does not know how to read and write at the level that they should. And the problem is that they don't care to learn how to do those things correctly. I can't teach the class because your kid wants to be a disruption, because your kid wants to be on their phone, because your kid does not give a flying about their education. The problem really, yes, the problem is your kid. The problem is also you as a parent, but the problem is also the administration who continuously makes these stupid excuses for these kids' bad behavior. Why in the world are you still talking about COVID? Every time these kids act up, it's always, well, they spent 2 years in COVID. So did everybody else. That was 2 years ago. At what point are we gonna stop blaming COVID for these kids' bad behavior? At what point are we gonna stop making these excuses for these kids? They are the problem. When you are stopping your teacher from being able to teach the entire class because you don't wanna follow directions, that is a you problem. And the thing is, the teacher will always get blamed. Every single time. It's always the teacher's fault. The teacher can't manage their classroom well. The teacher doesn't have the patience. The teacher this, the teacher that. When are you going to start holding your kids accountable for their bad behavior? This is why all these teachers are leaving, because they're tired of getting blamed for your kids' wrongdoing, for your lacking as a parent, for your lacking as an administration. My job as a teacher, it should just be to teach my curriculum. My job as a teacher should not be to be the therapist, to be the nurse, to be the parent, I don't get paid enough for that. Like when teachers talk about the problem with pay, that's what they're talking about, because you're requiring all of us to do all the work of like 4 different careers, but only paying us for one. The districts are all afraid of the parents complaining. The administration is afraid of the parents complaining. The parents are afraid of the kids who don't want to do their job. And who's left to pick up the pieces? The educators, the teachers. Because if these kids fail, y'all are gonna make it seem like, well, the teacher wasn't doing their job. It's the teacher's fault. No, it's your kid who came to my class, sat there, twiddled on his phone. She wanted to sit here and talk to this girl, do everything but what they're supposed to be asked. And I cannot get them to do their work because they don't care. And they know you're gonna make excuses for them. And that's why they continue to do the same things that they do. When these kids get sent to ISS, for whatever the case may be, you know what happens? Nothing. They just sit there on their phone or sit there on their laptop and do nothing. It's essentially free time for them. What are they learning from that? Sure, they might miss out on an assignment, but then here their parents come talking about what can my child do to make up their grades. How about stop getting suspended? How about when I'm teaching a lesson, close your mouth? How about when I tell you to do something, instead of rolling your eyes and having a nasty attitude about it, you just do it. Put the discipline back into the schools. I'm not saying bring back the paddle, bring back the actual disciplinary actions, because these kids are not learning a thing.
Baby, listen. Them teachers quitting left and right, and I don't blame them.
At this point, y'all, I just need to start a documentary. There is no way that it's 11:15 and I'm on the brink of tears.
Baby, I know you ain't lying. I went sub for 2 days. The third day, I pulled my children out the school.
Because I want to go home so bad. These kids are horrible. Horrible.
Most of them horrible because of the parents. No accountability whatsoever, baby.
They don't care about learning. The parents don't hold them accountable. They don't make their kids hold themselves accountable. The admin does not hold the parents of the children accountable.
And it's so sad because some of those teachers really want those children to be better. But how can they be better when they don't have the help of the parents? Like, some of these parents are really horrible, y'all. And then they want to send them children to school because they don't want to deal with them.
They say they hold the kids accountable, but they go to the office and they come back and they do the same thing. It's awful.
And it's sad because instead of the teachers getting help from the parents, they get pushed back most of the time. Those teachers are tired, y'all. Get y'all children. Teach y'all children. And if you don't want them to be corrected, maybe you should stay home with them.